Question everything. For the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, you know, I was just listening to a case that went down with about 6 cops that violated 2 brothers some time back, and I mean, it was alleged torture, alleged tool in the mouth, explosion on the brother, all sorts of stuff happened to these brothers, right? And rightfully so, can't really say alleged no more. All these cops, they actually got prosecuted to the law, not to the fullest of the law, but they got prosecuted to the law. But they were saying all sorts of N-word slurs to the brothers when they was doing this stuff. They kicked in the home, on the alleged statement that two brothers were in the house with some white women and holding them hostage, which was a lie. We now know because they've been prosecuted for it. And they did all sorts of wrong to these brothers, man. Unimaginable things, man. But my thing is, this is in the 2020s and stuff. And we keep talking about racism it don't exist and crazy, stupid stuff like that. I just got to say what it is. You know what I mean? Like we done been liberated from our inheritors of our oppression, who maintains our suffering. We haven't, so it hasn't went nowhere. But rogue cops. What are rogue cops? What is a rogue cop? Because that's what they call them. As if you can't go to Undisputed on YouTube right now, look up that brother and watch like years of just cops doing our people in the worst manner possible. I gotta say allegedly, because you gotta go look it up yourself. And it's just mind-boggling how many videos back to back that you can keep watching non-stop of us getting constitutional torqued. Civil rights violated 100,000%. And sometimes I think like, wow, ain't it Aboriginal Negro cops in these same facilities from our nation? What are they doing? Internal affairs, what are they doing? What the feds doing? And why is it so many cops that are very hateful towards Aboriginal Negroes of America? From that one case in itself, that one cop, because they convicted now, he said that, in order to rise up in the ranks, in order to become promoted, racial violence was allegedly something you had to do. Just literally. I mean, that's what he said. They convicted now, so you can look up what he said, because it's what it is. But allegedly, because we got to say it that way, because we on a platform, that we speak, we don't want to throw nobody under the bus or have any issues with, the community and whatever guidelines that freedom of speech fall under nowadays. But yeah, I look and I say, wow, man, when you look at law enforcement and law itself dominated by the collective of white folks and controlled by the collective of white folks around the United States, I say, man, that's a lot of careers and jobs that white folks got, that they get off the backs of Aboriginal Negroes by prosecuting us to the fullest of the law, by the system keeping us with lack of resources in our community, so that way we have to do survival work that they can demonize as criminal activity, and then turn around and mass incarcerate our men to the fullest, as well as our women. And then the domino effect is, if you ain't stuck in ghetto slums and hoods trying to survive off of survival work based off of lack of resources coming to your community from the government and the federal government not giving resources to your community in order for you to be able to have some more businesses in your community and opportunity in your community, you turn into survival worker. The survival worker is criminalized by their system. And then the only other I mean, only other opportunity or any type of way out of that reality is you gotta go to them to get a career or a job. And they don't want to hire you because they're the ones who created black facing and hatred towards you and against you and caused the Holocaust on your people. So now you got to go to them, and they come up with all sorts of excuses, background checks, and different types of stuff that they can use to not discriminate against you. Got to say it that way. See the quotation, not discriminate against you. And in turn, you don't get a job. You don't get no careers. You don't get no bank loans. Because remember, redlining is what? Bank loans. Being able to go to the bank and get a bank loan, but they redlined you so you couldn't get one. Remember, they got laws saying that they don't, for them to not discriminate against you. So if they got a law to state that, that mean what? Exactly, that they discriminated against you. That was the norm, going to get a job from them, or a career, or any opportunity. You think that went away because they created a law? You think they don't got ways around that, called background check and many other different things, where they can just get you right out of there? Or and throw that in the waste basket? You think that's not what's going on? So when you look at the law enforcement around America, a lot of that is based off of us being trapped in a system that was set up to keep us down. And in turn, the collective of white folks that control the system got jobs, careers, get promotions, live nice in suburbs, and have nice, honorable careers amongst each other at the same time as they do all sorts of atrocities to our people. Literally. So for those 6 cops that got arrested, it's 6 more somewhere else doing the same thing. We done spoke on this before. Tupac done spoke on this before. Talk about the biggest game in America is who? The blue and white. Not my words, just go look them up. Before him, Malcolm. Before him, Slave Patrol, and people talked about that. But we don't seem to get that. But my thing is, why our own people is working in these facilities not saying nothing? Is they taking oaths to turn a blind eye to what is happening to our people? Are they Freemasons and Boule? Thus, swarthy boys and girls who took oaths to not say nothing because they want a stripe on their chest. They want to fit in, so they turn a blind eye to what happened to their own people. Why not become a fireman or something? Because remember what the fireman who was on his deletion bag getting ready to leave the planet, what he said about going back to the 50s and so on, and when they seen a house that was on fire and was to go in to save the people, and when they found out it was, all of a sudden, nigga, his knee went out. He couldn't walk no more. He couldn't save no more. And how he said he used to walk away and just let our people. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Codes together under a system that was set up under hatred and white supremacy and white hatred for black folks, aboriginals. Don't make no sense, man, that we supposed to have law enforcement, but law enforcement can hire people that come in with hatred for other nations. I remember I once said, if you want to be a racist and you want to be the greatest racist you can possibly be, go join law enforcement. Then you can push all the hatred and racism as you want and be protected by the badge. That's what I said. Because at the end of the day, where else you can hide in plain sight and get away with it and be backed by the wrongdoings that you can do to other nations and other people and get immunity towards it? We see it all the time. That's why I gave you a reference where you can go look it up called Undisputed. You can go check it yourself. Prove me wrong. Go look at all those videos that's going on with the cops, with him, that he's promoting, that